been featured in prominent media outlets, including Marie Claire magazine and Dallas-based channels 4 and 8, highlighting her contributions to mental health and community service. In addition to her leadership roles, Dr. Allen is a certified human rights consultant for the United States Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights, USIDHR, reflecting her commitment to advocating for human rights and mental well-being. Let's give another hand clap for Dr. Allen. She brought this program to her alma mater, and your soon to be. Mr. Kiel Gebel, also currently running for city council. He is a BISD graduate from Wilma Veterans High School, also the founder of Kiel's House, one of the community's most valuable housing resources, providing valuable housing options for veterans on low fixed income, retired, disabled, disadvantaged, disenfranchised, the homeless, and individuals in danger of being homeless. Through the process of experiencing his own need of self-assessment and self-evaluation, he saw it fitting to write and self-publish Lucky by Choice, the 52 Laws of Making Successful, Life-Changing Decisions, which was released in May of 2017, and now a bestseller. As a life coach and mentor, Kiel Gamble is dedicated to inspiring, empowering, and guiding those in need of positive direction to curb the thought process that creates bad decisions and to mitigate the damage that comes from destructive behaviors. So I know I just said a whole lot. These people are coming to fill your toolbox with equipment that will help you during high school and after high school. We also have other guests who are present and they will present as they come up. Thank you. Dr. Allen.
Hello, Spartans. This is certainly a 360 moment. I never realized that I'd be back at my high school for my first workshop presentation. So we are here today to talk about good mental health. We're here to talk about integrating mental health into youth athletic sports. A lot of times we have aspirations of career goals that involve going pro or athletic career, but sometimes that's not always the option. People get angry or feel a little stressed that they're not. We're excited here. We have a lot of distinguished guests who introduce themselves later. We'll move on, and thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. That ain't gonna get it.
Good morning. That's almost good. All right, this one. So as a former athlete and a former coach, this is all athletes here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna speak the language. All the way in the back, that's what I'm gonna do, and all the way in the front. If you can hear me right now, on three, I want you to clap your hands. Y'all know how we do when we get ready to huddle up. We're gonna huddle up in a second. If you can hear me all the way in the back, if you can hear me in the front, 1, 2, 3. That ain't everybody. Everybody's not hearing me. 1, 2, 3. This side not hearing me. Front ready now. Participate. 1, 2, 3. You heard from the bio. From Dallas, entrepreneur in Dallas. What it didn't say in that bio that I was a lifetime athlete as well. I played ever since I was 4 years old: football, baseball, softball, soccer, track, powerlifting, wrestling. So I understand what happens when you are an athlete and you don't accomplish those goals. So myself and some of the other guest speakers here today are going to talk to you about how you deal with that when you don't reach those goals. But more importantly, at some other point, we can come and start. Before we get started, and we bring up our speakers, in every sport that I've ever played in, we've had to huddle up, right? So we got football in here. Raise your hand up high. Football, baseball, soccer, basketball, baseball, track, softball. What I miss? Tennis, wrestling. Okay, so in this sport we've had to huddle up. So I want to do an activity, right? And I'll pick on a few people. And then I'm gonna let some people. First, I'm gonna let some people volunteer. Who want to join me in the huddle real quick? Anybody want to join me in the huddle? No volunteers, no leaders. Everybody out here is a follower. No leader. Come on, join me in the huddle. I heard you might be winning state at wrestling this year. Join me in the huddle. Let's go. Where my man at that said he can run me over? He said I might have bad knee.
Right here.
Oh, he put his hoodie on.
Right here.
Take your hoodie off. Let's go.
Right here. Let's go, baby.
Take your hoodie off. Let's go. We finna huddle up. We're gonna huddle up real quick. Let's go. All right, now give me one of the ladies. One of the young ladies. Let's go. Anybody? We ain't gonna force nobody. Let's go. All right, come on. Now, let's do it right there. What we're gonna do in the huddle. We're checking in, we come to play. So today what we're gonna do is call a focus huddle. Instead of calling the play, we're gonna check in on each other. We're talking about mental health today. So what I want to do is in this huddle, I'm gonna show you how to check in with your people, right? So if I'm a quarterback and I'm getting ready to call the play, we huddling up and everybody's listening to who the quarterback, right? So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna listen to each person. Now I'm gonna show you what this looks like in this huddle. We huddled up and I'm gonna check in. And I'm gonna say, I'm checking in, feeling excited today, but I am a little concerned about a project I got later on. You got to tell your true feelings. That's how you deal with your mental health. You got to recognize how you feel. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm pretty sure everybody here already know your name, so you can tell me your name later. But just tell me how you checking in. What's on your mind today? You got to write an essay today. Is it bothering you? Not really, though. You don't want to write it. That's how he checked in. He was truthful. I don't know if his teacher in here, if you heard him, he got to write an essay today, but he really don't want to, but he gonna get it done. How you checking in today?
I'm just excited for what's to come
Okay.
tomorrow and the day after that.
Good. I'm excited for you too. I heard one of the teachers and coaches say that you're getting ready to win state. So, and that's good. Everybody might not know your situation, but when you check in, you realize you got more support than you think you do. How you checking in today? Powerlifting? Okay. He checking in, he's ready. He's ready to compete. That's all we got to do in athletes. We show up, we compete. Part of the battle is being present, right? So you're showing up, you're checking in, you're ready to go. How you checking in today? Okay, good. Feeling good, feeling prideful, ready for track. Come on, man. We already talked. You said you don't think I can run over you, but we're gonna deal with that another day. How you checking in today? Ready to work out?
Right.
Good. How you checking in? Okay, feeling good, looking forward. Checking in. Working on yourself to get ready for next season. That's good and true. How you checking in? To the guest speakers, I want to show y'all something. And I promise you, everybody here ain't feeling great. Everybody here not ready for tomorrow. So part of checking in is being honest about your feelings. The good part about that, if everybody was being honest, everybody feeling good, they don't have no worries. Now, last thing I'm gonna see if I can get out of y'all, because we have, where's Miss Hicks? Miss Hicks, oh, there you go. She's a counselor. I know Ms. Pendergraft is a counselor. You got people who are here to support you, and if you don't tell the truth about your feelings, they're not gonna know to support you. So outside of everybody that's doing great, who's not doing so great? Put it up high. Who's not doing so great? Put it up high. If you're not doing so great, put it up high. Teachers, counselors, leave it up, leave it up. This is who we need to spend some time with. They're being honest. And they're saying, I'm not doing so great. You don't let them get through the day and not talk to them. And you have a responsibility, just like you can say how good you feel, you have a responsibility to say when you don't feel that great. So that's my time for now. Y'all see me coming back. I appreciate y'all for participating in this huddle. We'll now turn it over to Mr. Lemon. He's got a really, really good story to tell you and some information to give you. Let's give him a round of applause. We got a second microphone.
Mic check. All right, so here we go. I like to open up with music. I found music to be therapeutic to everyone. So we're gonna start out this morning like this.
Uh-oh.
All right, y'all, this is enough. I want to start out, y'all, say, they not like this. You know, look around, look at your neighbors. Everyone here look alike. We all have melanin in our skin. Again, they not like us. My name is James Lemons. I'm from South Dallas. I'm a proud alumni of James Lemons. Graduated in 1989. The blue chip All-American. Back then, we didn't have 4-star, 5-star. We had All-Americans. Actually, I was an unmentioned All-American. Defensive end. I had scholarships offers at TCU, Oklahoma State, Langston University, Michigan State, SMU, and various other colleges scholarship offers. I actually signed a letter to attend Langston University. I played 2.5 full seasons there at Langston University. I found myself in a mental state of mind to where I told my ACL, MCL, y'all. And so once I did that, back then, we didn't have the opportunity like you guys have now, the resources like Dr. Charlotte to where, and then you guys got counselors here at schools to where you can go talk to people and find out what's wrong with you. When I was coming up, you know, everything was built around, you have to be tough. You know, the men have to be masculine, the women have to be very feminine. And so not having the resources then to speak to someone about the mental health crisis I was going through at the time, because I told my ACL, I was eligible to go back out there, y'all, and play and participate, but my mind didn't catch up with the physical hurt of the knee that I had reserved on the body to try to get back out there and play. So the weakest competitor on the team was beating me. I was no longer able to compete. I was no longer able to be the big cat. And so my mental state of mind just kind of spiraled down to where I went into this hole to where back then I didn't have anyone to talk to. I found myself coming back home, doing my rehabilitation back at home, and I had a loving mom and dad who told me that, hey, college isn't for everyone. You know, you have to get out there and hustle. And so I found myself meditating, becoming a DISD police officer. I now work with at-risk kids in juvenile parole. I do motivation speaking with Destined To Be Great. I started my own business in LLC trucking. When I found myself in that mental state, y'all, I put on so much weight. You know, I was wearing 6Xs and 7X shirts. I was probably 400 to 500 pounds. I now meditated in my mind and got myself down to, I'm now in 4X shirts. I dropped down 2 to 3 shirt size and pant sizes as well. Don't allow anyone to tell you guys that you can't be or become anything that you want to become and be in life, because your mind and your soul is the most important, strong entities of your body that's going to push you through when those times is hard. Also, again, you're going to reach out and find someone to speak to when you guys are down, you're sad, and you're lonely, and you need that type of support. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about, playing sports isn't everything. You guys have to take this education and other resources very seriously, to where when you guys find yourself into a stressful situation, you may break an arm or break a leg playing sports, you have something to fall back on to carry yourself, to push through, to take care of your family. And what I found was I had the education, y'all. So, bad thing happened, I told my knee, but I had the education to fall back on to push through in life to get me to where I am today, to where I can pick up very different resources and avenues in life to be successful in life. Any questions?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So, I'm talking about ACL too, right?
Right.
Playing ball.
Right.
And when I told my ACL, I was kind of depressed too, because when I went to the hospital, they said, well, you're not going to be able to compete at that level anymore. It'll heal. Because I completely blew mine. And I never wanted to watch football again for a long time. I was really going through watching other people do what I wanted to do.
Right.
Right? So how did you get past that hurt of not being able to compete at that level again? Because some of us, when we compete at a high level, it's almost everything to us, especially if we used to win. And now we're not in a place where we get to win like that anymore. So we have to deal with either possibly losing or just not being able to compete at all. How did you deal with it?
Well, again, I have a loving support family at home. I had mom and dad. So once dad told me, hey, boy, everything's going to be all right. Football isn't for everyone. You got to get out there and work. And then I had mom give me loving support, and she reassured what dad said. And so having that support system along, having those two people to actually speak to get my mental state, mind back in order to push me to get back out there in life to be successful, and let me know, hey, you told me you can't play football, but you can do other things in life. Get out there and do it. That allowed me to push through. I had a loving mom and loving dad to help me, to counsel me to get through. Again, we didn't have those type of resources, y'all, back in the day like you guys have now. You guys have social media, you guys have the internet. You guys may not want to personally go in and actually speak with a counselor. You guys can Google this, and you guys can set up a Zoom call and do it online. Any other questions? Coach, you got anything? Ms. McGee? All right. Thank y'all.
Well. Hey, before I go any further, this section over here, and that section right there, we're gonna try it again. When I say Mr. McGee, y'all clap it up. All right, let's go. Mr. McGee. Section right here. Right here. When I say Mr. McGee, clap it up. Mr. McGee. All right. So I stopped by this morning. My time is limited. I just stopped by this morning, and with me, I'm gonna be deliberate and I'm gonna be intentional. You know how out there on the football field and on the basketball court, you got your coaches telling you how great you need to be. Good job. How great you need to be on the football field. How great you need to be on the basketball court. Well, Mr. McGee gonna tell you how great you need to be in your everyday walk. How great you need to be in the classroom and in the community. Everything you do, people see it. They see it. So don't think you're doing nothing, you're scheming, none of that. When I asked y'all to clap it up just then, that told me something about y'all. That y'all being delivered right now, because y'all heard what I said and you still didn't clap it up. Now I'm gonna be intentional, and I'm not to hurt nobody's dreams. How many seniors in the hold your hand up? Okay, how many juniors? So man got a bunch of sophomores. Let me tell you this here. You're not guaranteed no scholarship. You're not guaranteed the NFL, NBA. But what you are guaranteed is a high school diploma. And if you don't start applying yourself right now, that's a thing called accountability. You got to be accountable for everything that you do. And for some of y'all, if you don't make it, you may go into depression. You may even contemplate suicide. But it's not the end of the world. You got to have a plan B. Sports is cool, but sports is not everything. And everybody's not going to college. College is not for everybody. I recommend this from this day on that you have a plan B. And whatever that plan B may be, you have to apply yourself and understand which direction you're going. Because like I say, if like Coach, Mr. Gamble over here, they blew out their knees. They was athletes. And they just told you the mental aspect of when they blew out their knees. So it's going to happen. Your destiny may not take you that far. You know, 2 weeks before Halloween, I'm battling with gout right now. I done had 5 hospital stays. I've been on this crutch for going on 5 months. You think I wanted my destiny to lead me to this here? No. So what happened is it bothers me. I'm a big advocate in the community. In South Dallas, they call me the mayor of South Dallas. I've got all the nicknames. And to get to know Mr. McGee, you got a great friend in me. So I'm gonna just say that going forward, you got to be a great advocate of yourself. And not only that, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna end it. And I always put this out there. How can you dream if you hadn't been taught? And to everybody, stop living by the wish code. If it's something you want to do, talk to Coach right here. Coach will help you out. You got Miss Pendergrass over here. You got people like myself. You can take my number down and you can call me anytime. So, hey, with that being said, let's be great. All right.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Cornisha Hicks. Instead of telling you a whole lot about me, I'm going to tell you why I decided to become a therapist. So between 2016 and I'll say last year, I've worked with over 2,000 kids. Within the last 5 years, I taught 6th grade science. Within that time period of building rapport with all of my students, getting to know each and every one of them, I found that when they became comfortable with me, a lot of them would come to me and talk to me about different things that they couldn't talk to anybody else about. I've had several students to, tell me about suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, home life, different crises and experiences that they're having. Some of them are homeless. All of these different things that nobody really wants to talk about, nobody really wants their friends, different things like that to know what they're going through. I decided to become a therapist because they would come to me, and as a teacher, I had to always give them to somebody else. Well, they didn't have that rapport with those people. They weren't trusting of those people. And so that when I would hand them off to the counselor or someone else, they wouldn't confide in it, and they would draw back. Well, of course, as a teacher, they were like, man, this is, like, I know you had to tell somebody, but now they, shut down, and they're not fully expressive as they were before. And I was like, God, I can't keep doing this. I gotta be in a position where they come to me, they talk to me, and I'm able to help them to the full extent because they know that I care about them and I'm not just here to get money. I'm not just here to just be doing something. This is my purpose and this is my passion. So today, I'm going to do ground zero and game time with you guys. A lot goes into developing your mental health and getting it to a positive, healthy state. But also at the same time, as athletes, you're already doing your workouts, you're already going to practice. You have different chemicals and hormones within your brain that's able to help you to reduce stress, that's able to help you relax and reduce muscle tension and all of those different things, regardless of what you're going through at home. So today, let's see, why does mental preparation matter? Just like a physical warm-up prepares the body, a mental warm-up prepares the mind. What are some benefits? It increases your focus, it reduces stress, it boosts confidence, and it improves your reaction time. Now, some of you probably have a game, but if you have somebody that just passed away, you just broke up with your girlfriend, your parents are getting divorced, you got all that on your mind, and ultimately, if your mind is not in the right space, it affects your performance. So, the science of stress and performance. What happens when you're stressed? Your muscle tension increases, your breathing becomes shallow, your thoughts race, and your reactions are slow. If you've ever thought about when you probably should have made a goal, or you probably could have made that touchdown or that pass, because of these different things, being stressed, you weren't able to do that, and you're like, man, like, what's wrong with you today? Why are you not performing at your best? It's because you have a lot on your mind and you're not able to focus. So, what happens when you're grounded? When you get your mind in that right place, your muscles begin to relax, your breathing is steady, and your mind is clear and focused. Grounding with moving. So the purpose of this exercise that we're going to do in just a second is to release tension and increase your focus. We're going to focus on deep breathing and stretching. I know a lot of y'all like, man, that breathing stuff don't work. It takes too long. I can't focus. Well, that's because your mind is on everything else and you haven't fully learned how to completely calm your mind down. Not worrying about your phone, not having your mind on everything else outside of specifically focusing on your breathing. The next thing we're going to do is a grounded stance, where you have your feet and your shoulder width apart and with a steady breath. And then eventually you shake it out with your arms and your legs. All right, so right now, I want everybody to put their phone on silent, put it in your pocket, your purse, your backpack, or something like this. You're only going to do 5 minutes. You'll be able to take your baby back whenever you get done. I want you to sit on the edge of your seat with your back up. So sit on the edge of your seat. Sit on the edge. It went out. All right, you're going to sit on the edge of your seat.
It's still going.
All right, everybody on edge? All right, now, this requires you to be silent because you have to focus. Complete silence, please. Just 1 minute, y'all. All right. I want you to close your eyes. You can't be laughing and giggling because it's not going to work. So, I need you to focus. All right? Don't worry about your neighbor because they're going to be doing the same thing that you're going to be doing. All right? So, nobody laughing at nobody. This is just an exercise because when you're getting ready for games, especially if you got a lot of stuff going on outside of school, this is something that you will be able to have, which I call an EMT box, your emotional management toolbox, that will be able to help you so that you're able to perform at your best. So you're going to close your eyes, soften your gaze. You're welcome to picture yourself stepping onto the track, the court, the field, whatever your performance stage looks like. For those of you that may not play sports, I would like for you to think about your comfort place. For me, I like to go to the beach. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to picture myself being at the beach. I like to eat. I like ice cream. So I'm going to picture myself with some ice cream, right? Whatever your thing is that helps to calm your mind, I want you to focus on that right now. Then you're going to visualize executing plays, pushing through challenges, and focusing strong. So if you're a football player, soccer player, you're going to envision yourself being able to face your opponent and do whatever you need to do to score that goal, to make that touchdown, to whatever sport you play, right? So eyes closed, gaze is softened, and you're focused. As you're focusing, you need to hone in on, okay, what are my goals for this game? Do I just want to have a good game today? Are there certain things that I need to do in order to be a better player for my team and my teammates? Whatever that is for you, think about that and focus on it. And now while you're doing that, I would like for you, don't rush your breath when you're doing this, but take a slow, deep breath in, hold it for a second, and then release slowly. So I'm going to count on the next one. You're going to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Then you're going to release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, deep breath in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, hold it. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're welcome to open your eyes. Now, I see some people are laughing, giggling, all of those different things. That's fine, because some people don't fully understand what it means to have good mental health, right? Now, just like you have to practice to get better at your sport, your position, and all of those different things, practicing deep breathing, the more you do it, the better you'll become at it, the more you'll actually be able to feel the effects of it. For some people, it's like, oh, it doesn't work. It works, but you have to be fully focused, okay? Are there any questions about deep breathing? No? Okay. Next, it's very important for you guys to be able to develop team affirmations, positive things that you say to yourself, and be in connection with your teammates as well. So one thing I want you to do is to turn to your neighbor, and I want you to share one personal goal that you have for the next game.
You can start or something.
All right. May I have your attention again? Sounds like a lot of people got a lot of goals for the next game. All right, good. Thank you for doing that. Now, I want you to keep in mind that goal that you have. We don't just attain goals just by going and do it. You have to have a plan of execution, right? And you also have to be able to build yourself up. So with those note cards that you were given, I don't want you to give it back to me whenever you're done with it, but I want you to think about something positive that you can say to yourself before each game to get your mind in a good state that allows you to be able to focus and achieve and be able to work with your teammates within that game. So that could be like, for example, on the screen, I'm strong and I'm focused. I am a good player. I have a clear mind. I believe in myself. We all work together to achieve the goal. Don't say anything negative to yourself. So even if you're struggling in an area or you're not the best player on the team or anything like that, we're not focusing on anything negative. We're focusing on things that build us up. So write something down, positive affirmation you can say to yourself. You're also welcome to write down a couple different bullet points for you to focus on as you prepare for your next game. Any questions? No? If you need a pen, raise your hand, please.
Who needs a pen? Pen. Everybody got a note card? Pen, note card. I pay in school without pens.
Take one pass.
Anybody want to share what they're writing? What y'all got?
Hey, Miss Hicks.
No.
Miss Hicks, somebody missed the instructions back there. They asked me, do they need to write their name on it, and I don't want to give them the instructions. Could you repeat that for them?
Okay, so you're gonna write down a positive affirmation. You're gonna say something positive to yourself. So we had one thing that said, you're not gonna write anything negative. So even if you think you suck, don't write that. I want you to write, I believe in myself. It could be something else that you come up with. It doesn't have to be what I say. I believe in myself. I am him. I am her. I am that guy. I am that girl. I can achieve this. I can do all things that I put my mind to. Say it again. You don't have to write your name. This is something for you to keep. One thing that I would say that's a good thing for you to do is you can put it in your locker, put it in your backpack, somewhere where you're able to see it before your game, and even just every day. Which one will you have? Anybody else would like to share what they wrote?
Hey, he said she asking you questions.
I got some good ones.
That makes it look like 10 months or something.
I think some of y'all.
Yeah, then you can use the rest of
You can hear me? Clap once. You can hear me? Clap twice. Okay, we back in the front. All focus is back up here. We have someone who's going to read her positive affirmation.
Stay focused. And be stay focused and be a wall.
Did she stand up?
All right, so great player.
Yes, is willing to share. Okay, go. You go. You volunteer her. What you say? You got it. Nobody's willing to share out. What if we offer something? All right, then, here we go.
Stand up.
He don't need that mic. Come on, man. You don't need it.
I put keep going this your time.
I put out there, I said, you're good enough to be out there, and keep your head up.
Come on, Cam, come on. Let's go. Stand up, stand up. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Never give up, keep trying to reach your goal, and then
She said, never give up, keep trying, reach your goal. Who else we have? We got a good one. We got a good one right here. Hey, come on, hey, stand up. We got a good one right here.
A champion does not always win. A champion just never gives up.
Hey! Oh, you did that too?
Get somebody from the soccer board, soccer team. What we got?
I can do all this if you train.
Thank you all for sharing. I really appreciate it. These affirmations are not just for today. It's not just for this activity. I want you to remember to keep this in your mind. Say it to yourself every day until it's written on the heart. Any questions? All right, thank you for your
Can we give Ms. Cornisha gets a hand? It was excellent. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying this. We have some members of our team. I want them to introduce themselves, and then we're going to Phil and I will wrap up later. But they want to give you some words of inspiration.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And I'm with 30 Talk Cares, and I wanted to share mine while y'all was slow about giving them. Mine is every day and all day. Even on my worst day, I am phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad that you guys are our first group, and we're looking forward to see you guys do great things in the future.
I'm with 30 Talk Cares, and my inspiration word for y'all guys is stay positive. Stay positive.
I'm Christopher. I am collaborating with Dr. Allen with 30 Talk Cares. I do have some delicious, healthy treats for you guys. Give you a little strength in your mind, your physique. I am the Soul Food Express, and I'm here to let you know that you guys can make it. Listen to every word that was told today by every speaker, and enjoy your tasty, healthy ingredients.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Did everybody enjoy this?
Yes, ma'am.
You guys want us to come back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Well, just to go back on, I did graduate from WW7 High School, and I know. I'm excited to be here. And as Mr. Lemon said, he had a mother and father to consult with him. I didn't have that. What I did have was my teachers and my counselors. So just remember, you have those people to rely on when you're feeling angry, stressed, or need some encouragement. Make sure you
utilize your teachers and your counselors.
I ain't gonna use the mic, so. You don't need it? I don't need it, no, I don't need it. So they want me to wrap up, right? So part of what I did was I took notes. While all the speakers went up, I was watching some of y'all, and I wear many hats. I've been a coach before, I've coached kids, I've coached adults. Like I said earlier, I played different sports and made it to almost the top level. I made it to the Cowboys camp a little bit too late, and I made the practice squad, and when they offered me the money, it wasn't working. Now, I say that because I got there late because of the decisions that I made. And those decisions started early. And some of y'all making those decisions now by not making certain decisions. So one of the things I do as a life coach is I hold people accountable. My job is to help you reach your goal. So in here today, and I'm unapologetic about it when I do it. Some of y'all didn't participate. You're not paying attention. Again, you might have something going on. That's why we're talking about mental health. If you got something going on that's preventing you from paying attention and participating the way you need to, talk to your coach, talk to your counselor, talk to your teacher, talk to somebody. We all athletes in here, right? And one of the things I tell all my athletes is he who knows the rules the best, play the best. Those are the people that win when you know the rules. Miss Hicks gave you instructions earlier. She gave you a set of instructions, simple. And some of y'all didn't apply. You didn't participate. You set yourself up for failure in that very moment. Right in that moment, you set yourself up. So a lot of our frustration comes from unrealistic expectations. Y'all follow me on that?
Yes, sir.
You're frustrated because you're expecting something that you shouldn't be expecting. If you don't follow the rules, don't expect to win. You can't expect to win if you're not following simple rules. She sat here, right here, and gave you simple instructions. And I looked at them, and I wrote them down, and I said, and I won't point nobody out, but you know who you are. You didn't take it serious. If you don't take life serious, life ain't gonna take you serious. You're gonna keep on not reaching those goals. You're gonna keep on feeling bad about yourself. You're gonna keep on looking for somebody else to blame. It ain't on nobody else. Your mental health starts with you. You got to learn how to deal with that. If you don't know how to deal with that, that's why you have a counselor. That's why you have a teacher. That's why you have some adult. So the first lesson I want to tell you is this, and these are takeaways. I want y'all to take this away today. You might not understand it today. Take it away. Talk to the teacher about it. Talk to the counselor about it. I just told you. He who knows the rules the best, play the best. So what does that mean? Find out what the rules are. She gave you the rules for her activity, and you didn't follow it. Some of y'all did. Like these guys up front, they followed it to the T. They sat at the edge of their seat. They closed their eyes. The second row, they even put their head down. They got rid of all of the distractions. Some of y'all didn't do that. Your eyes were still open. You was peeking at your phone. You was talking to your friend. So don't be surprised when those who didn't follow the rules end up in last place and those who did end up in first place. I don't mince my words. I'm unapologetic about being a winner. Winning is intentional. It ain't on accident. You don't win calmly. You have to be ready to dominate, and you have to be intentional about it. This young man is getting ready to compete for a state title in the next couple of days, and that ain't on accident. So you don't get to that point by not following the rules, and you don't get to that point by just casually doing something. I know he's doing something that requires the extra. Trick question, what is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? Anybody? All these smart people in here, what's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? Anybody? The extra. That's the only simple difference. You put extra in front of ordinary, now you're extraordinary. Y'all got me? Put the extra in. As an athlete, put the extra in. For the day, every day, all day is what? On her worst day. Listen, this is what I tell people. You got a choice. You can either be phenomenal or you can be forgotten. This is that simple. You can either be phenomenal or you can be forgotten. That's her word every day. Guess what? She won't ever be forgotten. I took notes. So I'm going to wrap this up. Athletes, check this out. You have to tune into your star player. Mr. Lemon was talking about back in the day, right? Back in the day, we didn't have the digital radios where you can just push a button and it show up on the station. We had to take a knob and turn it. And we had a whole bunch of static until you got to the station that you tuned into. And when you tuned in, you got the best quality, you heard your favorite song. But if you was out of tune, you didn't hear what you needed to hear. So as athletes, you got to tune into your star player so you can hear yourself. You need to feel what you need to feel. Then that allows you to play how you need to play. How many Deion Sanders fans we got? Deion Sanders, I was a fan of Deion. Y'all probably wasn't born, but in 1995, I made Sports Illustrated. I was proud of it, and he was on the cover of it. I'll tell you later, another day, why I made Sports Illustrated. I was a pretty good athlete, that's why I did it, but we can talk about that later. Deion says this, he said, if you look good, you what?
Play good.
You play good. If you play good, you what?
Feel good.
You feel good. If you feel good, now if you look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. Make no mistake about it, some of us want to make being an athlete a professional career, right? We want to get paid for doing it. But it starts by getting your mind right. Get your mind right so you can feel good, so you can look good, so you can play good, and ultimately you can pay good. They'll pay you good. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of your family. Back to following those instructions, y'all. Life ain't fair and favor ain't going to be either. Ain't nobody going to give you no favor just because they like your shirt or just because you combed your hair today and you got that nice edge up with that fake paint on it. And yeah, I know how it do out here. Y'all got them edge ups. You too young for your hairline to be going back, but you're going to the barbershop. You're faking it. Sports ain't gonna let you fake it. Eventually, you're gonna have to pay. So look, last thing I want to do, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. For my man that think I can't run him over. My primary position was running back. I ran a 4.340. I weighed 225 pounds, and I was trucking everybody. That's how I made the Sports Illustrated book. The lesson I learned way before I got that good, I was in your seat right now. I was in high school. I went to Wilma Hutchins High School. I